Swiss chard and kale. Put this to rest if you have ever got confused between these two types of leafy greens. Check out the similarities and differences in this video. What is the difference between kale and chard? They are both leafy greens, but they taste different and have different textures. Swiss chard is milder than kale with a slightly salty flavor, and kale is tougher and more fibrous. Kale has a stronger, more bitter flavor than chard, which can make it less appealing to some people. Chard, on the other hand, has a milder, sweeter taste that is easier to enjoy. Additionally, chard has a more delicate texture than kale, which makes it easier to prepare and cook. If you're making a recipe that calls for Swiss chard but you don't have it on hand, any of these leafy greens would make excellent Swiss chard substitutes. Kale, spinach, beet greens, mustard greens, bok choy, napa cabbage, and collard greens can all be substituted in a recipe. Chard has been used in cooking for centuries, but because it is the same species as beetroot, the common names that cooks and cultures have used for chard may be confusing. It has many common names such as silver beet, perpetual spinach, beet spinach, sea kale beet, or leaf beet. Cooking vegetables reduces their oxalic acid content, so cooked Swiss chard is not only more nutrient dense by volume, but its minerals may also be more absorbable. While both kale and chard vegetables are rich in vitamins and minerals, they differ in their concentrations of certain nutrients. For example, kale is a better source of vitamin K, vitamin C, and calcium, while chard is high in vitamin A and iron. We say better, but that should not mean that you must ignore the other because they are both good leafy greens. Can you eat chard raw? Choosing to eat chard raw or cooked depends on your taste and textural preferences. You can enjoy chard raw like spinach, kale, and lettuce. As with spinach and kale, chard is earthy, but its bitterness is less intense than kale's. Chard can be steamed or sautéed, and it's great in soups, stews, casseroles, frittatas, and quiches. Young leaves can be eaten raw in salads. Chard always has green leaves, but the stalks can be a variety of colors. Chard has shiny green ribbed leaves with stems that range from white to yellow and red depending on the cultivar. It has a slightly bitter taste. Fresh young chard can be used raw in salads. Swiss chard has the same nutritional value as some of its other leafy green friends. It's an excellent source of vitamins K, A, and C. It contains 13 individual antioxidants that help protect against cancer, enhance heart health, and keep blood sugar down. It's a good source of magnesium, potassium, and iron. Swiss chard or just chard, it's the same thing. Kidney stones. Swiss chard contains anti-nutritive oxalates, which may increase urinary oxalate excretion and increase the risk of calcium oxalate stones. Blood clotting. If you are on blood thinners, you may want to avoid Swiss chard due to its high vitamin K content, which plays a role in blood clotting. The flavor of Swiss chard mellows once it's cooked. Adding onions and garlic will impart a sweet flavor. Or pair it with salty bacon, white beans, or cream cheese to offset the bitterness. You can add a touch of spice and squeeze fresh lemon juice for a bright pop of flavor. Improve digestion. Eating Swiss chard helps to boost the digestive system by increasing stomach acidity. It also has a laxative effect which helps eliminate waste from the body. Can you freeze fresh chard? If you are freezing chard stems and leaves but want them to be stored separately, put them into different bags. For best results, use the chard within 3 months, but it will last up to 6 months. Add it directly to hot dishes like soups and steamed or sautéed dishes. Is chard a superfood? Chard is a superfood and one of the healthiest veggies on the planet Earth. 100 grams of chard will give you 3 times the amount of vitamin K you need per day. You'll get more than 20% of your daily doses of vitamins C and A. Stems. We normally think of the leaves as the edible part of this plant, but ruby chard's deep red stems cook up a tender, delicious little vegetable all on their own. Is chard anti-inflammatory? Chard also has an abundance of antioxidants as well as phytonutrient antioxidants. These antioxidants have been shown to have great anti-inflammatory properties. These phytonutrients can be found in the plant's leaves and colorful stems. Chard contains 2.7 milligrams of iron per 100 grams and plenty of vitamin C, which promotes iron absorption in the digestive tract. Is chard acidic or alkaline? Top alkaline foods: spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. Leafy green vegetables contain lots of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants and are rich in alkaline. What is the take home? Depending on your preference of taste, you can use both Swiss chard and kale in multiple dishes, both cooked and raw. In this way, you are getting good quality nutrients in both cases. They are leafy green and full of goodness. If you like the video content, then please subscribe to the channel. I use both kale and Swiss chard depending on what I can get my hands on. As you can see from the nutrient value, they are both good for you. I wish you great health in your future ahead. Good wishes from Lots of Healing.